Hello, lovely peoples of the world. How are you doing? How is everyone? I'm sorry I'm late. I was on a roll being mostly in time. And on time, I should say. And it was not the case this time. I am so sorry. Hello there, Beast Adirash. Beast Adirai or Adirai, I guess it is, right? Adirai. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, mate. Thank you so much for being there. And let me pull down the volume there. There you go. How's it going? How's it going, everyone? Thank you for being there. Everyone on YouTube. The one person I think on Twitch. I don't think there's almost ever someone on Twitch. When there's someone on Twitch, I'm so glad to have you there because hey, it's hard to get people on Twitch. It's incredible. I don't know. But yes, I don't know where it is. YouTube likes me way more than Twitch. But hey, thank you for being there. Thank you so much. Glad to be honored by your presence here. And so, tonight we're going to keep... we have options. We can keep going with the game, right? But I've been thinking about the the UI system in the game. I am not a fan of the UI system. The UI system is like, it's archaic in a way. Oh, glad to not thank you, Beast, and did I, for letting me know. Yes, let's pronounce the names correctly. And thank you so much. And yes. So yeah, it's important to have I think a good UI system. A UI system that is usable in different situations. And in this case, I am not a fan. Of just having this UI system that you have to like. It's good, it's usable, but I would like something that I don't need to tweak. Not tweak, like code so much on top of. Maybe if I could just not. Testing 1 2 says Hugh funking knew it. Thank you so much for being there, mate. Hugh funking knew it on Twitch. There it is. We have the comments there. Now see, we can read you there and we can see what you're saying. So hey, we can see if someone's saying something on Twitch. You can read it there. There you go. We don't have that many comments, so that's okay for now, right? That will work. Yeah, it's good, your comment will be there most of the time. We have Nika D in the house. Thank you for being there, mate. What's your opinion on XR? Asks Nika D. What's my opinion on XR? Let's see. What? Wow, lots of comments. Wow, there's so many. I was just saying there are no comments, and suddenly a bunch of comments come in. Is beardscript is a new language? No, it isn't. It's just my name. It's just me. It's the code that I generate. That is beardscript. But it would be a cool. It would be a cool script. Maybe call it a mate script. I think I saw someone in Node was doing a mate script sort of as a joke. I think, but they created a repo and all that. I don't remember who it was, but it was one of them. Node.js. Okay, so let me see. Beast Adara saying after this, I would love to watch this live. Yes, you're gonna stay there and enjoy it. We're gonna see what we're gonna do. We might do the UI system, like an improvement and overhaul. I'm thinking of building more like a framework, building it more in a frameworkish way. but something we can drag and drop in the scene and move things around instead of just having to code everything, in the UI system. Oh, we have Ross Void. Hello, Ross Void. Thank you for being there, mate. Nice to have you with us. Let's answer the question of Nika D that I left before. What's my opinion on XR? I think XR is fantastic. I think XR is beautiful. And I think XR has... still not there, is it? I think it's definitely needs the hardware to become way better, more usable. When the hardware is there, the software definitely is already there, and we have great software for XR. The problem is that, of course, we need to meet that place where hardware and software, cross over, and we have this fantastic, beautiful stuff that we can go out in the world and see. But the thing is, will you wear something on your face out there? Because that's the thing. It's not just in your home when you're sitting down and just working. That could be it. But hey, will you wear just some special glasses that's not heavy on your head all day long? Can you wear them? Is it health? Is it not a health concern to have to be wearing them? Because I know my Quest. I have a Quest 3, one of those, and it's like, it just worse in your face, it's like, for some time, So yeah, I love it. I love XR. I love VR, and it's fantastic. But I think I have my hopes on XR way more than on VR. Definitely, 100%. Mostly on the browser. I think there's potential to change the way we navigate the web, right? Instead of navigating the web in in a 2D space, we could navigate the web in a 3D space, meaning not that we'll walk around the web page in a sense, but imagine, right, if Google Maps, right, the directions to show in front of you, right? So because you have these glasses on you that are just simple glasses like these ones I have here, right? These glasses here, if I just put on these glasses, right, and I just move around, I just, I can see things because I have these glasses on, then hey, there's no problem, right? Because I wear these glasses. Right, so what's the problem with that? Right, no problem at all. Right, so that would be the case. Something slightly bigger than this, but it's totally fine. But just a big headset. When it goes from glass to headset, it becomes a problem, right? Because it's not wearable, it's not usable in everyday life, right? It's something, it's not these headphones, right? It's not earbuds, right? It's way more than that. Right, so that's my opinion on XR. I think it's beautiful, fantastic. There's lots of things we can achieve there, but there's this gap right now that is halting us from getting real market value propositions for real life situations where people will use it for work, for life, just to go out there, maybe enjoy things. You go to a place, a tourist even, right? You go to a place, you see this beautiful building, and it says, this is what this thing is, and not just opening your phone because it's on your glasses. So hey, and then you have all these, GPT's thing on top of it now. They obviously put them on, and but yeah, this kind of thing you're going to be seeing there, I guess, more or less. I hope I answer your question. Let me know if there's something else, that you can, you want to know about this. But Ross Sterling saying there's a lot more visuals. I don't remember the last time you were here, how many visuals we had, but probably, we probably didn't have like the whole, we didn't have this background, and then maybe that's why. Yeah, I improved it a little bit because I thought, it's looking a little void. Just my face, my head here, just bald guy, just there's not even hair in my head, it's just, you need some kind of imagery in the background. Otherwise, it's boring, it's boring. You can, it's like a whiteboard there. It's like a whiteboard. You can draw on top of it. Oh my God, it's a canvas. It's an open canvas. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see what Beast Adra is saying. What kind of game we're going to make? You keep this live public, so that I can watch this multiple times. Yes, mate. Yes, I always keep them. You can go into the YouTube channel. You're on YouTube, yes. So you can go there back into the YouTube channel. You can watch the previous ones. Well, I'm making or we are making a template for a tower defense game, and we're learning a bunch of things, right? Because here's the thing: a tower defense has many different how you call them, like many different elements that can help you with different games. For instance, many of the things that you do in a tower defense will help you when you build an RTS sort of game, right? So at least the basics of some sort of stuff will be there. So that's like shooting something, enemies that move by themselves, and then you have these towers. You're probably going to have towers in an RTS game, right? Some sort of tower, some kind. So yeah, I think it's very useful to have a good tower defense template that you can use either to create a tower defense or to get ideas to make another kind of game. And here we focus on web games, right? Games you can play instantly on the browser. Games that you'll click on a link and people will play it, so that you don't have to pay anything to Apple or Google, right? Because you know what? Let me tell you something. Fuck them. Yeah. Why do you want to get, your 30% shit? No. What are they even doing to you? They're hiding your game there for everyone. No. They're not even marketing it. Because your game's hidden in all the stupid games there. Yeah, so just, have a link. People click. They go in. They play. Oh, beautiful. Unless you want to make this some AAA game, chances very little that's going to be the case. But yeah, if you are, then Unreal Engine is a great game, a game engine, and you can publish on Steam. But otherwise, keep your earnings, and and everyone plays on any browser, any device, even on their Steam Decks. I think the Steam Deck can play browser games as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, that's great. So let me know if that answers all the questions. Let's go. I'm opening. I forgot to open. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm slow. I'm slow today. I think every time this happens, every time I just have to come back here, and I forget how to do this. I have to go back and refrain my thoughts and my ideas and rethink how I do things and relearn everything over and over again. It's like I'm an octopus. Octopi have that problem, They don't learn. They don't ever learn. They just go on and live. And that's why they haven't taken over the world. They're octopi, eh? I'm an octopus. That's what I am. Incredible. Let's drink some mate. Or the octopi. Okay, I'm opening Genshin right now. I'm opening the version that I have. As always, I work on the latest dev version so that if we break anything, then I can go and fix it later. We're stress testing stuff. By the way, I'm working on the no-code tooling on top of Genshin. It's coming along quite good, and it's I realized some things that I had signed on it that were not that great. I found a way to extract part of the serialization that I had, and I put it in a in a project where I can sort of work on the serialization and on the event sheet class to make sure that I can reproduce some of the stuff that I have. It's hard to serialize things like mathematical expressions and greater than, equal than, all the logical operators and all these things. Really making those, really serializing those in a way that later on I can represent easily with a UI, right? Things that you can simply, say, okay, drag and drop here, put this thing there and that other thing there, and it works, and you see it in an actual serialization. yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but hey, I think it's great. I think it will come out great. And yeah, I know there's also like this little. I'm trying to work out this little hacks, sort of hacks, that you'll be able to use to kind of use the UI system with components that are not integrated, right? So if you have, say, some kind of component there that someone gave you, or you downloaded in the marketplace, and you saw that, you can use that, say, call a method from that component, or set a value in that component or something like that from the UI system, right? So that's part of what I'm working on there, and I hope that it will be useful to you, very, very useful to you, and I'm sure it will be. Let me open the tower defense game. A little tower defense game. You know how that takes. This is the thing. I keep my face here. I keep the screen here, like this thing here, while I'm doing that, because OBS just goes nuts when I'm sharing my screen while the projects are being open, when everything. Even if I open the browser, I don't know. Yeah. Not great. But what it is. Right, thank you all for joining me, by the way. Thank you all for being there. I'm really glad to have you there. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching from. Where is it where you are? Right, what time is it where you are? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it warm? How is it? I'm here in Liverpool, UK. Let me show you. It's 8 p.m. here, and yeah, we're about to start coding. Yeah. Yes, I want to see your reactions, says B-Side. All right, well, you're going to see a bunch of reactions here. You're going to see some reactions. I react to everything, don't I? Okay, let's go here, and where are we? Oh, here, screen. There you go. Yes. Here we are. Okay, this is our project. This is what we're working on. Okay, for those of you who may not have seen this before, right? This Rogue Engine. So we have our little map there, right? And this is a dev version, by the way. Some things may break, because that's normal. Some things sometimes here break, because this is the dev version and I'm testing it. I do these live streams working on these things with the latest working or seemingly working dev version, so that I can stress test it in real life situations, and we can see if some of the things that we have are actually really doing their a good job or not. And so we found some bugs doing this, so it's a good thing, finding problems live and solving them. What a great thing. I this multi-use thing, I love it. I just love it. So let's go ahead and start working. Let me show you how the game looks, how this thing is looking. So we have we have the UI here. This thing, this is just a UI tower base, so for the things that when you click on the tower bases, and when you click on the when you click on the tower base, and when you click on the tower that is already there, and then we have all our towers, here set up, in this game logic component that we created, and our HP as the player's HP, and then the current HP, we track how much we have right now. This is the maximum we can have, and this is the one we have right now. The currency that we have to buy towers, basically, and the spawn rate of the enemies, right? So that we can configure it here and then sort of debug it. But then we're gonna have some way, of course, of configuring it in a way that we can set up different scenes, right? Basically, right now, what happens is enemies walk through these waypoints in our scene, right? Which is simply, this is just the environment is created with very simple things. It's just I call it. It's it's an image that I created. I simply painted it on the software, and I don't remember the name now, but it's some sort of painting software. I just went in and painted a row there with some textures, and that's it. Hand painted it, and then the assets, all these assets, just dragged and dropped them here. Assets, beautiful assets by quaternius.com's CC serial assets. So they are, they are all Creative Commons. So go there, give Quaternius a good, word of appreciation, and follow him, and give him some love. He's great lad, really. Deserves it. All these people making these beautiful assets. I don't get tired of saying it. They make great stuff, and they make it for free for all of us. So yeah, hey, just go and give them some love. And yeah, the enemies will walk through these waypoints in the path. We've just set them up in this way, and that's like the last one. That's the first one. They'll walk around this thing, and yeah, and here we have the prefabs, where we have our enemies. Where's the enemy? I think the melee minion. Yeah, the icons are loading right now, so you can't see them. But yeah, basically we have these minions that they all go around and try and kill you, and they'll try to cross over while you doing your thing. Let's just play it. Let's just play the scene. Okay, so there you have some enemies there, and you have these towers there. You can upgrade them, and you can have this energy towers, upgrade. Yeah, the last thing we did was we modified the particle system to allow us to have for the energy, the energy particles there, see some particles there, so that it looks like you're hitting the enemy, and we made it look quite nice, I think. The important thing is that it works as a template for you to create your own sort of reactions, to hits of particles, right? So you can use this for a spaceship, right? You can use this for, laser gun for an enemy, for some kind of a gun that you create in your game, in a space game or something. And then you have the other one, right? The gun, for instance, right? That you can, it's just simply shoots, and you see how it does this sparks, right? You see those sparks there, and very important, you have because here we have the gun, right? And the gun there, and here we have the energy weapon, and here we have the cannon, and the cannon is like, it's going to boom, 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 like that. And so and it makes area damage, so you can it will damage even the enemies behind. So that's important, and we can set up for every one of these, we can set up the let me show you. We can set, we have them all here. These are all our turrets. These are all turret prefabs. And we can set like how much, we can set up their different firing rates and all that, right? So we can say, okay, like, let's look at, we made by the way, this game, we made the whole game in these live streams, right? So everything you've seen here, we've made in these live streams. So, we keep developing the game, and we're going to be, the idea is when I reach 50 followers on Twitch, I'll pack this up as a template and open source it so that everyone can play around with it, and make their own sort of I'll put it as, I think I put it in the marketplace in a way. I'll find a way to like put it in the marketplace, set it up in a way that it's, like a template or a toolkit for tower defense, something like that. I think it's going to be quite useful. And we have here this one. Yeah, this is the first one. You see how you can do, you can set up your barrel right where you're shooting from, and you can set up, where like a projectile or a beam, right? In this case, the beam is this little thing, right? This little thing there in the here that it will just get enlarged when you're hitting, when you're shooting, Let me see some in the chat there. We have Beast.ri saying, by the way, what is the computer requirements to run this software and which you are using most? Well, I have a 2018, I think it is, G5. So it has a 2060 RTX. So it's it's a good enough driver, but it's not amazing. It's pretty oldish now. It's good. It's good because it's good quality, say, but it's not amazing. It works really well. It works good on my 2012. I have a 2012 MacBook Pro with Kubuntu, and that works pretty well. Because it has Kubuntu because it's it's not supported. Mac is not supported anymore. They grab your old stuff with all hardware and just say no, even though it's a 95. It's a 95, good stuff. It's not bad. But they will just buy all hardware. So Kubuntu there to save the day. I've set up there. By the way, I put Kubuntu there because I wanted to use KDE. Just for that, I didn't want GNOME. I wanted KDE. That's all. That's the whole reason I used Kubuntu there. And I could use something else. Yeah, I could have used something else. Yes, but Arch. I tried Arch first. It didn't work. So I went with Kubuntu, and it was supposed to be my playground for Arch. It wasn't. It ended up being a Kubuntu machine, and then that machine works well. It doesn't work great, but it works okay. So I think you have a nice, wide open angle things. I have also, my wife has, I think, a 2018 MacBook, I think, and it's working pretty decent there. It's an Intel MacBook, so it will work on an Intel MacBook, definitely. One of the older ones, and you just have to select the right installer, right? You just have the regular installer, the Mac installer, and the ARM installer. If you have an ARM Mac, you have one of the M1, M2, M whatever, and M16. No, not M16, but where we have, but that, tell me what your system is, and I'll tell you if you have any issues there. But you shouldn't have any issues. Webnet Weaver saying, "Hi Beard, love your engine, bro. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for the love there. Definitely love the support. Thank you so much." And Ramco's here. Ramco's in the house saying, "Sub legend, sub you legend. How's it going, mate? Thank you for being there. Have a nice little icon there on the side there. Very nice, very cool. All right. Okay, so let's keep showing you this. Let me know. I'll keep watching there, the monitor there. I have a little monitor set up there in case you talk. I'm going to be watching there, monitoring to see, and you're going to be able to see here, here on top you have the messages. So, let me know, and don't forget to help me out with a like there, with a subscription, with all that stuff. It really helps. It really helps because you know what? When you hit the like button or you subscribe or you follow me on Twitch, if you're on Twitch, at least on YouTube. I don't know Twitch. I have very little knowledge of Twitch, but at least YouTube, it kind of says, "Oh, people like this shit. People like this. Okay. Let's just keep showing it more to more people, like this guy who really likes it, and more people will go out and watch it. So hey, give me a hand there. Thank you so much. And really, really helps. And I'm sorry to say it, right? But every time I say it, people do it. And when I don't say it, people don't do it. It's just like, I don't know. It's a little reminder. Just a little reminder. It's a little bit of a reminder. Yeah. Okay, let's keep working on this game. Oh, you have an open wide look at my head. Yes. There you go. Okay, so you can set up the beam. The beam, when you shoot the beam, it's just this little image here. You see, this is image treachery. This is mind treachery, right? This is brain treachery. This is how you trick your brain into thinking something and it isn't. This is not volumetric. This is just, you can see what it is, right? You can see what it is. It's just it's a couple of images. Just a couple of images. You see that, right? It's going in there and watching both of them. There you go. Right? That's what it is. The same image. Just duplicate it like that. This is how I do muzzle flashes, by the way. Muzzle flashes, you just rotate these, and flash them, right? It's just show them and stop showing them in a frequency. And every time you show them, you rotate them a little bit, randomly. And on this axis, right? On the Z axis. And it will look like, very different every single time. Mostly if you make both images different, like if both images are slightly different, it'll look random, very, very random. It's incredible, right? It'll just trick your brain to think it's something's volumetric when it isn't. And from above, like this, right, you can see it. It looks like a, you know, like a laser beam. You know, it's just grab it here, you know, and you make it like, let's make it like 16, like that, you know, and whoa, look, you have a, well, yeah, I didn't make it from the right side, but yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Okay, so the point is that here we have our map. Let me show you to the people who haven't been here for a while. Oh, the beast are saying thank you for answering all my chats, and I wish to watch more, but I have to go to sleep. No worries, mate. No worries. You can watch it. You can watch it later. It's going to be up there. Thank you so much for talking to us here in the chat, letting us know. And yeah, it's going to be there. The video is going to stay up. Even it's going to be there on Twitch for a while. But yeah, you can watch it on YouTube anytime you want. I'm not going to delete it. Oh, we have a bot here. It's telling us to go get cheap viewers. Look at that. Look at that. How beautiful is that, eh? Just block this shit. Yeah, all right. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so yeah, we have the game logic stuff there, right? It's for also those of you who are new here. Let me show you right how it looks. Yeah, you have this thing there. You know, you have this thing there, and you have the cannon that shoots these boom massive things that affects all enemies around it. So yeah, we have more or less these upgrades that we can do. We can buy towers, we can sell them, we can upgrade them, we can yeah, and we have projectiles, we have lasers, and we have missiles, right? So we have all these nice things, and we have enemies that move following a pathway. So we kind of have most of the elements that you need for a tower defense, right? We built all of these here in the live stream. So, you know, every time we come in, we add something else, something new. We have particles like hit particles for the projectiles, and we have the hit particles for the laser as well. You see how you can see them here, right? Like the gun, when it hits, you know, like boom, boom, you can see the sparks there, right? And the energy weapon, you see how you can see the particles there, you know, beautiful. And then you also have like the cannon, right? The cannon, it will make area damage, so you can see that it hurts the one behind as well. And yeah, it's a missile, not a cannon, really, right? But yeah, we call it a cannon in the UI. But yeah, you can call it whatever you want. Yeah, this is going to be a template for you to build stuff, right? So it's the idea. When the beam gets stretched, you also need to recenter it so it doesn't show behind it, correct? Well, what we did was instead of recentering it, what we did is let me show you. Yeah, when I showed you the one, yeah, when I showed you before, the problem was that I was grabbing the actual I was grabbing this, and this is in the center there, right? But what we did is we simply added this to a parent to the beam, right? So what we do is we stretch the actual beam that starts here, you see? So it starts at the very right behind it. So this is the parent, right? So if we make this 16 like this, right? You see how it, you know, it doesn't look like it's stretching that much. The reason you see some parts behind here is we left a little bit of a buffer because it has a buffer. Look at this. Oh, yeah, this is a problem we had. This is a problem we have with the new drag system, with the new, because of the multi-select. I changed this thing, so, and in the children it's not working correctly now. In the version that you will download, this problem does not exist. This is a problem in the for me only, right? This is a problem because this is a dev version that we're using, right? This is the latest dev version. So you see we have all the axes that are not working correctly because the orientation, this is in your version, it's actually moving the object. In the new version, it has a stop object that is actually applying the the movements and everything to the objects that is actually moving. That way we can select things, like multi-select things, right? We can have, and I'll show you later, but yeah, we have multi-select and this thing, right, where you can move and rotate things with these elements, but we need a stop object that move things around. But yeah, basically this is, yeah, this buffer here that we have with the, we're compensating for this buffer that we have here, right? But I mean, you can put it a bit further forward, right? And if you want, but we decided to bring it a bit here, and it works well because of the distance, right? The distance more or less that is going to be stretched. It's okay. Regularly, what I would do is like for other projects, for other things, what I would do is create an image myself that covers the whole thing, right? That reaches up to here, right? Like a very widely, you know, very like a big image that covers the whole thing. Yeah, that's what I would do, because in this case, yeah, that's not what's happening. But yeah, that's more or less it, I think. I hope that answered the question, right? But yeah, just parenting works, you know. Parenting here with this, you know, the you see how the center is here, but the actual base is here, and it's just stretching from the, you know, from where the image starts, more or less. You know, there's a little buffer there. You see, but yeah, we can exit this instead. We're not going to save that because yeah, we don't want to save that. But yes, that's more or less how it works. Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, this is, you see how it's there, you know, you see that, and it's flashing. You see how the laser just flashes, and it looks like, you know, the proper, you know, it looks like it's properly flashing. It looks more like a laser when it flashes. And by the way, what we did is we actually just used the same concept of the gun, right? For the beam, it's the same concept as the gun. You see, let me drop the gun here. Yeah, any gun is fine. But if you look at the gun here, it has a shooting tower. It's just both are the same shooting tower. The thing is, in one of them, like in the gun, we're using this is the bullet projectile, and in this case we have the no bullet projectile, okay, and we have the beam, right? And this one doesn't have a beam, you see. So we have the beam heat as well here, and this is just the objects within this object here, right? And yeah, but the thing is, the firing rate, as you can see here, right, it's 0.55, and in this one is 0.05, because every time it flashes, it's because it's actually shooting. It's like it's shooting one laser beam at that specific moment. So what you're seeing is the shooting happening, right? So it will hit you every time. You know, it's like a very rapid gun, and every flash is just hitting you. That's what it's doing. So we're sort of reutilizing the same mechanism to reuse the same class. You can create, you know, a very specific one for a laser beam that's just, you know, shooting the laser beam for some time. But this, I thought it was nice because it uses the same firing rate to the same firing rate mechanism, and it worked well as a graphical thing as well, right? Some graphical feature in a way. Let's see. Oh, got it. Thanks for answering the question. No problem, mate. No problem. Thank you for asking. Glad to answer any questions as well. You know, if you have any questions, always ask. You know, I'm here for that. I'm here for that, basically. So, yeah. Let's. Oh, by the way, yeah, I have to open VS Code for with the thing here. So let me. You know, every time I open projects and open these things, you know, with OBS open, it goes nuts, goes absolutely crazy. So I have to come back here to my ugly mug in front of you. I'm very sorry. And now I'm opening the tower defense game. Yeah, that's you know, VS Code. Yeah, that's what we're doing. There you go. Yeah, otherwise it takes a while and it's very annoying, very annoying. Believe me, it's less annoying to see my face there. Just get a good look. This ugly mug. There you go. All right. I think it's... Whoa. Yeah, what do we want? What's going on? Oh, no. No. Oh, I tried to open Chrome, this thing. Yes. Okay, yeah. Yes. The hell? No. Just a second. Okay. Git said, hey, let's sign you back in. Why? I don't know. Just wanted to... Annoying. Isn't that annoying? Alright, there you go. Alright, yes. I can show you my screen again, I think. Yeah, it's not going to start breaking again. Let me close Chrome, because Chrome eats my life. Every time I share my screen, it goes, nope. You're not sharing your screen comfortably tonight. It really doesn't like me. It really doesn't like... Alright, there you go. There you go. There it is. Let's close this. There you go. And open this thing here. There you go. Again. There you go. All right. All right. Here we go. And this is our game. This is some of the stuff we have here. No, sorry. This is the particle system, right? We made some modifications to the particle system, and we're going to have to acknowledge them and send them to because this is an extension that I built for Rogue Engine, and I think the modifications we added, they're pretty good, and we could publish them. So so yeah, we're probably going to do that. We made, yeah, mostly because we made the modifications directly on the system. So if we end up updating the particle system later on, it's going to override them. So I think it's a good thing to if it's a good change, I'm just going to send it back in, because what we did is we allowed for the emitter to stop when the parent is invisible. So yeah, that's what it's allowing us to make yeah, to start and stop the particles in different situations, right? Before we just had to like instantiate a particle system or something, right? And it'll start working. But now we needed a way to kind of make it work in different situations. Like we're hitting an enemy, and we needed to appear there at a specific point. Like in the case of the bullets, it wasn't a problem because we instantiated the particle system. But in the case of a laser beam, where the laser is coming out, right, and the laser is always there, we don't want to instantiate it every single time. So what we do is we simply play when it happens. And the problem is that the Quarks doesn't have a way to play and stop the particles, right? At least not in a simple way. It doesn't have a way to see if we're playing or not. At least not that I know of. At least not in an intuitive way. So what I did was I just sort of made this little arrangement here to make sure that we could stop the particles in a way that we don't have to interact with the system. We can simply say, let's make the parent invisible, the parent object invisible, and it'll stop the particles. So now you can do that with your own. The idea is that, yeah, so give you a way to do this as well on your games. And on any project you're making, right? So yeah, I think that was a good addition. So I may just upload it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to probably look at it a bit more, stress test it. But yes, we're gonna look at that now. The UI system. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. That's the thing we were talking at the beginning. If we should probably have another look at this and maybe make this a more robust thing, because I've been thinking about this. We don't have a proper UI system right? We just have this that it's nice, right? Because it uses HTML. We have this HTML things basically here that it's the widgets, right? That you can simply have on your this is everything in the UI, right? It's just the every toggle that we have, and this is the upgrade, the cell, and all that. So it would be nice to have a more robust way, like a UI system that lets you like grab elements, you know, and things like that. You don't need to like set up all of these things. For instance, here we needed to it works sort of like a React component in a way, but it's better because it's vanilla. It's vanilla. I love vanilla. Vanilla, best framework in the world. You know, it's just no framework. You know, no framework. Just, you know, using the stuff that's already there. That's already pretty fucking good. You know, you don't need React. You don't need anything. You just need this, and it works really well. You just grab the stuff that you need to interact with, and you use event, and you use the API that comes with it. Wow. And you can really do shit with it. Wow, yeah, really. It works really, really fucking good. And there's no shadow DOM and stupid bullshit like that. There's none of it. It's just, you know, it just works. And it's incredibly good. So, you know what? Yeah, fuck React. I'm sorry, React boys. I'm sorry. But yeah. Fuck all the frameworks. You know, yeah, I don't know. I was a Svelte fan. I loved Svelte. I don't like Svelte 5. So I know Svelte guys are gonna come here. Oh, you idiot! What are you saying about Svelte? Yeah, I don't like Svelte. I loved Svelte until Svelte 5. With all the runes and all these things. They ruined it. I keep ranting about this. It's really affecting my life. It's really affected me. It's really made me miserable. Why, Svelte? You were the only good framework, Svelte. You were my favorite framework, Svelte. Why did you do this to me? You were my favorite. You were my predilect child. I don't have any more love now. No love left. Now I have to use vanilla. And I love vanilla. You know, like I always say, I've said this before, but for those of you who are new here, the best components in Rogue Engine, the best parts of Rogue Engine are built vanilla. And they're the fastest. Like when I needed something fast, I used vanilla. And every time I used vanilla, it was like, wow, this is so powerful. Like the whole hierarchy, which is the part that needs to be the fastest. Because, you know, you'd be like adding pieces and components and things that are, you know, maybe coming in like very, very fast. Like if you're shooting bullets, right? And the bullets are coming in, you know, like new objects in the scene. They need to react, you know, this hierarchy needs to react to things happening in the scene. And it needs to be super fast because it's all happening in the same thing. Your game is running with a whole engine at the same time. So I need to be very, very efficient here. And this is so efficient. I mean, the hierarchy is incredible, and it's the best, definitely the part that works best in the engine. And it's vanilla. I'm very careful not to add things that I don't need to add there. And honestly, this is Svelte, and it's good. It's decent. You know, it's okay. But this is vanilla, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, you know. Like I said, soon everything here will be vanilla. Everything. It's all gonna be vanilla. No chocolate. No chocolate. No strawberry. No matcha. No. Vanilla. Yes, baby. Vanilla. Vanilla, baby. What's going on here? I'm seeing some shit that I don't like. What's going on? Some shit loading there. What happened? Let me see what's going on here. What's going on here? Fucking Svelte. What are you doing? What's this thing? OBS. What are you doing, OBS? Show me some stuff here. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight, because we just answered questions, which is actually what I came here for. So if you have questions, I answer questions. But obviously I deviate from the game. It doesn't matter really. What matters the most is to answer your questions, because that's what we're here for, right? What we're here for. We build stuff, but we also talk about the engine. We talk about the new stuff that we're adding, and we answer questions. And one of the things, we were talking about here was the UI system. So we could make this into a more robust thing that we can actually put in the marketplace. We have the CSS2D system, which is what we're using for the what's it called? We made a change here. Did we make a change to this thing? Look at this. Why did we make a change to this thing? Yeah, but it's more or less the same thing, the CSS2D, than the UI component, right? The difference is that the CSS2D is using the CSS2D extension and the Three.js CSS2D object and CSS2D renderer. And the difference with that is that it works within the scene, within the context of elements in the scene. And there's a good and a bad about it. The really good, I think, is that it works since it's in the scene, right? It will be there regardless of our UI system, the HTML in general, right? It's going to be there in the HTML, yes, but I think it works best like for I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's working. This will work in a. I don't know if this will work with the XR. I'm thinking of it. I don't think it works with XR. Probably does, but I don't know. I have to think about that now. I need to do a test with that. But if that would be the case, I would just completely remove this and completely remove the UI system we have, replace it with the CSS2D, or replace it with something that will use a similar system with textures, with actual textures, like turn the HTML into a texture that we can put in things in the scene. And we can use that sort of multi-use thing that we can have for VR projects. And because I know VR people are having to do that all the time. It's having to go and rebuild the thing. So if we can make it work for everyone directly, the same UI system, I prefer to use that. That would be my go-to thing. Because right now, I'm not sure. I have a UI system that I used in some VR demos. I need to go back to those and look. I'm not going to go and open back everything, because this thing is, what I have to do every time. I have to open something, I have to go back and forth. So yeah, no, we're not going to do that now. But it's a good thing to think about. To keep in mind. Okay, let's come back here. What do we have? We have our little enemies there. Little enemies. We have our waypoints there. So one thing we could do. Well, not one thing. Another one of the towers that we wanted to add, that was a good idea to add, that we thought, okay, this we could add at the very beginning, was, I don't know if you remember, it's not Throne Rush. What's the name? This is Throne Rush? Throne Rush? We got inspired by Throne Rush to make this. I think it's Throne Rush. Let me go and look. I think that's the game. Let me come here and look. If it's Throne Rush or what the hell it was. Let me check. Kingdom Rush. Yeah. By the way, by Uruguayan company. Uruguayans like me. Look at that. Incredible. Uruguayans making games. This is not incredible. And okay, so the thing is, that tower defense game inspired the idea of making it this way. I'm thinking that we should probably have a I don't know if you remember, it has this barracks, and you have this little enemies that come out. Sorry, enemies, friendlies that come out, and like in the middle of the road, and they stop the enemies, right? They sort of start fighting the enemies. So it would be nice to have that kind of thing, wouldn't it? Like to have little friendlies that come out and like block the road and fight. So that would also work in an. You could use that for an RTS game as well, right? So we could use the same mechanisms for the minions, like for the enemy minions and for the friendly minions, right? They would both go into different states, right? You have the so yeah, you have the like in the case of these ones with waypoints, right? We have the moving state, right? We're moving to a target with going from A to B because we're just moving, right? Or we're attacking, and to attack we have to move towards the enemy, or we have to place ourselves in a position where we're going to attack that enemy. So we have to get ourselves in range to attack. So it's attack mode, right? We could say engage and attack, right? So you're engaging when you're going towards the enemy. We engage, we start pursuing. So this is sort of the same thing I did with the AI for the if you played in the examples in Rogue Engine page, there's a the spaceships game, right? What I did was I created a like an engage mode. There's an engage mode. There is a like a pursue mode. There's an escape mode. You're escaping and trying to engage the enemy. And that created this sort of what's it called, dogfight sensation. It's not really I haven't really programmed dogfights. What I programmed was escape points, right? Escape routes and engage routes. So when you're a certain distance, you start engaging. When you're a certain, you try to go and surround the enemy. You escape from the enemy when it's behind you, and you try to get, to a certain distance where you start engaging. In this case, it's going to be way simpler because we're simply having to engage the enemy, right? It's simply, okay, how do we get to a distance of the enemy that, we can start hitting them? And we have waypoints of where are the limits of the scene, right? Because here's the thing. We can only move around here, right? And in the case of the melee or whatever little enemies we're gonna have here, real friendlies we're gonna have here, they're not really going to move further, like too further away from the tower itself, right? So say like a gun, right? The range is here about, right? So it's about here, so it shouldn't go way beyond that range. They should probably just stay around there, and they will run towards the enemy and start fighting when they see it at a certain distance. So we have to have like a range of action. They're probably going to be killed at some point, so they're not going to go about and try to get an enemy that's all the way here, is going to run towards it. They're just going to attack whatever's in their own range here. So we don't have to like go and make sure they are within this path, right? Because if it's we don't need to do anything of that, anything of the sort. And we don't really care, honestly. Like, maybe it looks really good, I don't know, maybe that would look great. So what we really care about is we're gonna have a range in our enemy that's like gonna be like an attack range. So all minions are gonna have like an attack range. When they see an enemy, like an enemy they can fight, they will have an engage range. And then from that engage range, right? So imagine we have like a let's get the enemy, right? Let's get it in here. Okay, yeah. So right now, what do we have here? We have a sphere. This is our little sphere, right? So we're gonna have, say, a distance, right? There's gonna be a distance in which we let's just add a collider to 0, 0, 0. There you go. There. Oh, this is another thing that's not working in this dev version, is the this stupid things here. This moving around things from here instead of from here. It'll just break it. But this is the dev version. Remember that you won't have this problem in the official version. But yeah, if we say this is the range, like the engagement range, let's add a sphere here. No, it's a ball. I think it is rapier ball. There it is, a rapier ball. And we can say, okay, let's say the radius is 10, right? Or maybe I say 5, maybe 5. You know, maybe 10 is a bit much. So if it sees an enemy here, right? Well, maybe say 8, something like 8. All right. So it's walking around, and if the first enemy that touches within this range, right? Say this is an enemy, right? And there's another enemy here, right there. It touches this enemy. Now it's going to turn around, and it comes here and starts to fight against it. You know. Oh well, yeah. I'm moving the sphere, but yeah. So it's gonna come here. You know, it's gonna come here and it's gonna start. It's gonna fight it. So instead of focusing on the waypoints, what the next waypoint is going to go into engage mode here until it reaches the attack distance. So in this case, it's a melee minion. So you need to have like what's the distance, the minimum distance before it starts like throwing punches or attacking headbutts. I don't know what it does really with this enemy in particular. I think it throws a punch, and I think it has some animation, punching animation. And so it says, okay, when it reaches this distance, it goes into attack mode, right? So we have move mode, right? And here is engage mode, because it touches the enemy. Found it. So now we go walking towards the enemy with no more waypoint. Now the new waypoint is the enemy. And it comes here, you know, starts going towards the enemy. When it reaches attack distance, it goes into attack mode, right? So I think these are the 3 different modes that we need, right? The different, it would be move, engage, attack. We don't need escape or things like that. We don't need like a retreat or things like this. We don't need them. They're just gonna fight till the end, till they die. Yeah, it's gonna be a massacre for some of them, but yeah, it's gonna be a fight to the death situation, you know. Yeah, very Spartan of them. They're gonna be, all of them are going to be Spartans, you know. 300 style, you know. And yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, I think you've seen it, right? I mean, come on. If you haven't seen it, please tell me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please tell me in the chat. Well, you know, you need to know about these things. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about, please. Tell me that you know what I'm talking about, please. 300. Okay, so we engage the enemy. So move, engage, and we reach the enemy, attack. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's something else, but I don't think so. We also, oh look, we thought beforehand. Okay, we added this enemy friendly thing. Oh, right, we thought of this from the very beginning. We added the enemy friendly thing here. Even though we can add it as a tag, we made it part of the minion itself, so we don't have to go look for a tag, right? We just add it in the component itself. It's just really very, very useful, right? It's very, very useful. Yeah, having it that way, it makes things a lot easier for us. It's a lot easier to set up. You know, having to create a tag depending on that tag and all that. You know, it's a lot more useful to have it this way, I think. So yeah, works well for everyone, I think. All right, okay. Okay. Now I can show you the multi-select. Let's see the multi-select in action. Can we check that it worked correctly? select 1, select 2, right? Or select 1, select 2 with shift, right? And now we do, you know, Control D, and they go away, both of them. Look at that. If you haven't been using Rogue Engine for a while, you've probably been asking for this for a while. And then, you know, it's stupid. It's very, very stupid that we don't have that. I know. But hey, I'm doing all this by myself. I have some patience. You've been patient. You've been patient. You deserve it. You deserve it. You know, you deserve it. And you ask and you shall receive. That's how it works, right? Yes. Everyone using the engine so much. You deserve everything that happens here. You know, every new advancement, everything new I build, everything new I do here. You know, you keep me motivated to keep building this thing. So you know, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, okay. Let's think of it a bit. You know, let's come here to the minion. Where's the minion? Here it is. There's the minion. There's a little minion. Okay, as you can see here, we have. By the way, thank you for being there. Thank you for being there. I think we have. I see we have a few more people leaving than usual. So thank you so much for being there. And you know, don't forget to like it, and you know, to help more people, help YouTube tell more people that hey, this is the thing that you should be watching. This is the thing you should be looking at right now. You know, this is the thing you should be watching right now. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's do this. Yeah, and well, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you even more, because there's nobody on Twitch ever. You know, it's like one person. I think it's Who Funking Knew It is on Twitch. I'm trying to look who else is on Twitch, and we have sometimes we have Ross Void. At least Ross Void was here. I don't know if he's still here, but he was here. And then you have Who Funking Knew It and Ross Void. I don't think we have that much more than everyone else who's, you know, on like you know, here on YouTube watching. You're fucking heroes. Thank you so much for being there. And on Twitch, I mean, incredible. How, you know, one person, you're the one hero, because you know it's like nobody else there. So thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. So let me explain this to you a bit, in case you haven't been using it before, right? So this is just a regular component, right, that we are extending from Rogue Character. Rogue Character is the character system that we have in Rogue Engine. It simply gives you a way to handle like HP, handling damage, all these things. Gives you a simple way of handling all that. Like if you have a shield, if you have armor, if you have all these things, it makes you very easy to handle this enemy friendly mechanics, you know, character management mechanics, for health, all this stuff. So we're making the minion a character, and that's where you have a bunch of, you know, a bunch of different things, a bunch of different options that appear there. Right now we're simply setting the speed and the value. Right, we set the value as like a point value. How much you no, yeah, it's not about how much we get for killing it. It's about how much does it cost when it goes through the goal, right? I don't really know if this is the better way to do it, or if we should just say that crossing through the goal is just 1, and then we use this value. We just added it because I don't know why. This is one of those cases of, you know, you're not going to need it, you know. It's a very good case of Yagni. It's a very good case of Yagni gone wrong, because we should have just done +1 and we did plus value. No, why? Could add, I don't know, cost or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's not a good. It's not how it works. That's not good. But yeah, our minion has. If you can see here, okay, our minion here. It has the health bar here, right? It's a Rogue CSS2D component. It has the health bar on top here, and it has an offset 2.5, so it's up there. And then we have all of these other properties other than the speed and the value, which is the last two. All of these come from the character system. All right. What else? What else we have here? Yeah, we have. I should probably use the new UI system. We have a UI system, but we can put all of these in a like in a group, so we can fold them because it's a lot of them. Like we could create little folders here to fold them out. It would be nice because it's a bit much here, you know, like general, have like a character, and then, you know, have like the custom ones down here. That would be cool. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, it's fine like this. All right. Let's keep going. So we have the rapier body. So in this case, yeah, we don't need to do anything here. Let's look at the enemy, the minion thing. Okay, so we need a sort of state machine here, right? Yeah, let's let me show you. Okay, if you haven't seen this before, right? This is simply showing the value, right? This is a decorator that shows this as a num property. So this will show us a number editor thing. That's all it's really doing. You can see that in this one's. It has, if you go into the row character class, it has this numbers as well, right? You can see there. You have a bunch of others you can use. But yeah, just in case you haven't seen Rogue Engine before, that's what it does. They're requiring, you know, this is getting the health bar UI from the same object, as you can see here, right? It's just getting this component, right? There you go. That's all we're doing. We're just getting that component, and with the name health bar. So it has a name health bar, right? So it's getting the component, requiring that component with the health bar UI and setting it here. So now every time there, we can use it like health bar UI.div query selector, and it's getting the health indicator, and that's health indicator. That's what we're using every time we set the HP UI. You know, we are setting how much we have in health. You know, the percentage and all that, and, you know, stretching the health bar basically. Yeah, that's what we're doing there. We need a kind of state. Well, and this is getting the physics body, right? It's just the physics body. That's all it's doing, right? So you're getting the rapier body, right? And health bar. Both of them, right? This, and this, the body, right? So that's what require is for. Okay. This is getting the waypoints. This is getting, yeah, the next waypoint. What's the current waypoint? It's getting the waypoints from, where's it getting the waypoints from? These waypoints are game logic waypoints. Okay. And game logic is actually, yeah, we're getting game logic from in the awake. We're doing game logic.get. So we're getting the game logic in the game. So the first game logic component you find here, when you do it like this, just getting the component, the first instance it finds the game logic, and we only have one in the scene. So it's just going to get the one in the scene, right? We're talking about this one here, right? Talking about this game logic here. Right, we can close this. We have this all open there. All right. So yeah, that's more or less what it's doing. And yeah, so we'll create a state. We need to create like a state, right? Let's create state equals. Oh, this thing. I hate the copilot thing. I tried it out the other day, and now it's activated, and I'm too lazy to go and disable it, and I don't know. It's just annoying. There's no idle here. It's just going to be state. It can be multiple things. We're just going to set up what it is. Okay. Well, in this case, it's going to be moving. Okay. And we're going to have moving or engage. should we call it, yeah, state, moving, engaging? Because I'm thinking, should we call it like move, engage, attack? Because now it's attacking and all that. It's like probably too much. Yeah, move, engage, attack. Yeah, it's shorter, right? It's way shorter. There you go. So move, engage, attack. Attack. There you go. So these are the 3 modes that we have. Okay, there's 3 states that we have. And we need to figure out a way to enter into each of these states. Okay, we don't have a we do need an idle state now that I think of it. Yeah, because our minions, like these are the regular, like the enemy minions, right? They're always going to be moving, but our own, they're going to be in idle state while they're not engaging and attacking, right? So they're never really going to be moving from point A to point B. Well, yes, if I recall, yeah, the in the Throne Rush, in the what's it called, Kingdom Rush, you can move, like you can set the flag to where you want them to be, like standing by. So we could set we're going to need the move to kind of move them to that spot. All right, so we do need an idle. So well, there was Copilot doing the right thing. Okay, I can give it that. Yes, it did the right thing there. I'm not exactly sure about the full caps here. Tell me, should I use caps or not? For this sort of like text things, I like using caps. I think it's correct. I think it's the right way to go about it, but I don't know. Let's use idle as the default. But yeah. Oh, how's it going, mate? What's up, man? Nice to have you here, mate. Everyone say hello to Mike. Mike has his own stream, you know. He has Mike has streams there on Twitch. Mike V Dev. So you should go watch him, you know, on Twitch. I have nobody here. You just finished up, man. Nice. Yeah. This is. I mean, what? Wait, are you raiding me by any chance? If you're raiding, thank you. If you're not raiding me, thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, man. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the raid, man. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks to everyone. Thank you for everyone coming here. This is no Rust. This is TypeScript. But hey, it's not the. I'm not with the cool boys doing the Rust stuff like Mike, you know. But he's one of the cool guys doing the Rust stuff. The really difficult stuff. But yeah, thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much for being here, for bringing those people. You know, all welcome here. We're making games for the web-based games. You know, let me play this for you for a second. You know, it's just that you can see it. You know what we're doing here. We have this, you know, tower defense that we're making. You know, we have energy weapons, and we have you know, a cannon here that just shoots, you know, this blasts and kills enemies. There you go. So yeah, we're making this tower defense. You can sell your your towers. You can buy them, upgrade them, and we're trying to build. We're thinking about how to build a minion system that will allow for us to have our own minions, or our own like melee and shooting, you know, long range and all that can engage against the enemy minions. Sort of like we're inspired here on Kingdom Rush, right, where you have this sort of barracks where you can set up your enemies there, you know, and yeah, that's more or less what we're trying to do. So thank you so much there, you know, Mike, because we have absolutely no one on Twitch ever, so we really appreciate it, mate. And I think, yeah, it's really hard to get almost anyone here on Twitch. and by the way, I never get I'm going through I'm going out from Restream, and Restream does not tell me when we're being raided, so I never know. I have no way of knowing. So yeah, thank you Restream for not telling me if I'm being raided. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much, and really appreciate it. Appreciate your presence here and the people you brought. Thank you so much, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, and that you will follow me and and give me some love there on Twitch. That Twitch does not like me. Twitch does not like this bald beard. I think I'm gonna say it's bald beard discrimination. I'm gonna go talk to my consortium of bald bearded people, and then we're gonna get mad. We're gonna get mad at Twitch for this. We're gonna go at Twitch. We have feelings. We bald people, we have feelings. We feel deeply. We don't have hair, but we do have feelings. So it's hard. It's hard. Twitch, just, have some patience, have some love, have some pity on our bald heads. Like, come on. All right. Okay. So we're making our enemy-friendly system. We're finally coming to the place where we have gun towers, we have energy towers, we have laser beams, right? We have hit particles, we have missiles that shoot and destroy everything around them, right? And they make area damage as well, right? So you can see that, it actually makes area damage, like boom, boom, the one behind, how it gets killed, and and you have the guns, you can upgrade them. Yeah, towers look nice as well. This is all assets, free assets, Creative Commons assets by our friend Quaternius. Quaternius is doing amazing work there, creating free assets for everyone, for all the game devs out there. Lovely people doing that. Go there, go to quaternius.com, give him some love, subscribe to his Patreon, and then give him a donation. You can give him $3 and buy like an all-in-one for all the assets. You can get them for free as well, right? Creative Commons, you can use them for whatever you want, so it's it's lovely. It's lovely. So go and support the artists. Always, artists, they deserve our our support, mostly when they're giving us things for free. It's like so much stuff for free, which is, at least go there and then I know join his Patreon is like $1 or something. It's incredibly useful, very valuable, and if we can get people like him to keep building the stuff they're doing, for us, for everyone, it's very, very very good for everyone, very good for the whole ecosystem of game developers. So hey, go give them some love. They deserve it. Lovely people. So yeah, very valuable, absolute gems. So yes, and he has some incredible assets there as well. It's just like Kenny. Kenny, another legend, another big legend. Kenny and Al. Just go to his website as well. Give him some love. They deserve it. Go follow them everywhere they are. All right, let's keep going. So we have states. We have a state that we're trying to create this sort of state machine for our enemies, right? We're going to be in idle mode. We're going to be in move mode, right? So if we're not idling, we're moving from point A to point B, right? And when we are in range, right? So say like the example we gave out here was that like we have like a couple of enemies here, right? Say we have one here, a couple of minions here. If we have like one that's here, reaches a certain range, right? When it's moving, simply moving around, it's going from waypoint to waypoint. We have all these waypoints, you see those, right? So we're moving from waypoint to waypoint usually, right? But if we reach a certain distance, an engage distance, so we need that, an engage distance, right? Or an engage, maybe we need we probably need a radius, like engage radius, like a proper, right, we can use the same as the towers. The towers have an engage radius. We are going to use that. And then we need an attack radius. So what's the distance we need to get to the enemy to start attacking, like actually to turn around and say, boom, let's fight. You know, so we say we reach the radius. Say, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get our sphere again out here, and in fact, we're just gonna add it. And yeah, let's remove it from here. Yeah, let's remove them, and let's open this here. Okay, this is a prefab editor that we have. Beautiful prefab. Oh, I broke it. Okay, something broke here. Something broke. Because I think yeah, let me see. What did I do? This is the dev version we're using. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We're using the dev version. And if sometimes things break because the dev version is very unstable. And yeah, sometimes I just break it while I'm playing around with things here. So yeah, we just need to reload the scene and it's all good. It'll just keep working. But yeah, this is how we stress test the dev versions before we upload and we publish them. Otherwise, you don't know, things can just break for reasons unknown. So there's things you cannot run tests for. So yeah, this is the way we go about it, to make sure shit works every time consistently. We need to use it. We need to use it, and we need to be the best at it. But we're not the best. The best is at the users. The people using it are the best. You have some incredible users building incredible stuff. I can't tell that I'm the best at it at all. Really. Every time someone else comes in and goes like, blows my mind building incredible stuff here. So yeah, you had like down barrel range just blew my mind doing that incredible map, like terrain editor, just insane terrain editor, incredible, like absolute majestuous thing. So okay, we're back here. Let's bring our little minions on. Okay, let's bring the melee minion thing, and yeah, you see this thing is back here. Okay, let's add yeah, let's add another object 3D here. We're going to call this what is it? Engage range or engage radius. Call this range, because radius would be the actual radius, right? Let's call this the engage range. Yeah, this is the collider. Change the name. It's the engage range. I'm just going to call this engage area, could be as well. Engage area, probably much better, I mean. And let's add a bow, rapier bow. Right, you can see the bow there, probably. No, we can't see it yet. You can say that the engagement range for these one is about what? No, not 20. No. Eight, probably eight is fine, right? So if you have an enemy that's about here, right? You're going to start attacking you. You're going to go, oh, let's go at it, The first enemy that enters this range is the enemy you go and attack. Then you find the next enemy within range, and you go and engage, right? You engage first, and when you are in attack range, you attack. So there's engage range, and then there is attack distance, because we don't need to detect who is in attack distance. We need to detect who is in our engage range to decide who we're going to try and get into attack distance. Right? The engage range is just so that, in fact, we just call this engage area, so that it's clear that what we want is to have everyone who comes into contact with this ball here, they're going to be in our engaging list of enemies. Okay, so engaged area. Let's call it that. Yeah, I think that's a law. And this is the collider itself for the enemy, right? And this is the engaged area. So when we get to a certain distance, we attack. right? If someone's in our engaged area, we do that. Now let's save this, drag and drop it here, back in the editor, back in the thing here. Let's remove it. All right. So you see here's what we have here. This is something else. I think we had a little problem there, but it was not related to this. I think let's go back here and just make sure it was not that. Since we're testing the old things here, let's make sure it's not breaking the things we're doing here. No, it wasn't that. Okay, yeah. So it's related to something else. That's good. That's good. We want to know that that's the case. And and we can see here that we have the range there, right? So let's see how we're doing it with the towers. The tower is different. The tower is different because the towers, we are actually getting all of our enemies in a like in order, right? When they enter, like we do collision on collision enter. Well, it could be the same. On collision enter, they go into the list of engagement, like a target list. Let's go there and look at it, right? Why we're just like talking about it instead of showing it. Less talk, more show. Less talk, more show. All right. Should show more than we talk about. Okay, so we're here in the tower, right? The tower. What do we have? Okay, this is the level of the tower set up, so that we know, we need to go with the level 1, level 2, all that. And we have the upgrade prefab, right? Which was the prefab that we're going to instantiate when you say, okay, upgrade the tower. We instantiate another tower in the place of that one, of the one we have there. And then we have the enemies here, right? And we're publishing the list, we're showing the list here in the editor, just for debugging purposes. We don't really need to. This is what we're doing. So we simply have this list of enemies, okay? How are we using that list of enemies? We're saying body on collision start, okay? So this is because this is the only collider that the tower has. The tower doesn't have any other collider. The only collider of the tower is it's a sphere around it. For our case, the difference is going to be that the collision can be between the body of the minion and another minion. It could be against anything. It could be against anything else that has its collider. We're going to have two colliders. We're going to have the collider that is the minions collider, and then we're going to have the collider that is a range collider, right? So we're going to do something to simplify our lives a lot more, and that is we're going to we can see how we have here the auto body here info. We receive some info, and we're going to play with that info. Because here, if you can see, we're getting the minion that we are, the other body, object 3D, this is the minion that we are attacking, right? Say minion, enemies, push, minion, right? So that's all we're doing. So we're going to have that. We're going to have a target list sort of thing, right? This enemies thing. We're going to say, okay, so we're going to have that here. Right? And it's going to be, for the minions. Probably other characters. We're only going to attack minions, I think. We may change the system later on. I really don't know. we probably will. Let's see. Nobody told me that my audio sucks. Fucking hell. How long has my audio sucked? Nobody told me that my audio sucked. Fucking hell. How long has my audio sucked? Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, hope this is working now. Hello. Yeah, it was working before, so yeah, okay. Ah, stressful. I don't know how long I've been just talking without even being able to be intelligible. Oh, welcome here. Time consistently. How long? How long? Let me see where. About 6 minutes in. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Yeah, about 7 minutes in, it started going. Yeah. I'm gonna call this. What did it say? Engage. So since I set up the engagement range thing, okay, all right, yeah. I'm trying to figure out where shit went wrong. Yeah, okay. It's stressful when streaming. If if someone else watching this later on streaming, nobody watching, it's all good until shit goes wrong, and then you wish people would like be in the chat telling you, hey, shit's going wrong. Because honestly, there's no way of knowing unless you're like monitoring what's the output is. Because here it all looks good, like everything looks great here, and then everything goes like shit, and you don't know why. So it's yeah, bit stressful. But yeah, I think everyone left. There was a bunch of people there on Twitch. I don't think they were very interested in TypeScript stuff. Probably left, and I think there were some people on Twitch. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, fucking hell, this really put me off. Took me off my let me see. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep going for a few minutes just to make sure that the stuff I did is going to be alive there. It's going to be, usable, because I don't know how much what I said was heard or not. So yeah, fucking hell. Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. All right. So some days are better than others. Some days are just like stressful days. But hey, I'm glad to be here anyway. For the few of you who are going to watch this. I'm glad to be here for you. That's the one thing keeping me going, doing this. And the fact that also, it helps. I mean, I could be doing this by myself. I would be doing this by myself. That's the thing, right? And because I'm always building this sort of stuff, thinking about these problems and thinking about these things, and testing the engine by myself, and just doing it live for people to watch. I wish there was more people watching, but of course, I'd rather have like 6 people watching than doing it myself, just alone by myself, and honestly, like the video later, is watched by a lot of people as well. It doesn't accumulate lots of watch time, like incredible amounts of watch time, but people watch parts of it. People watch, may watch it by 2 or something, and it gets about 50 hours of watch time. It's like, okay, that's okay. Like in general, people actually watching from different parts, I guess. So that's good. That's I think positive. That's a positive about it, right? Oh no notes. No. I keep opening this in the wrong place. Yeah, okay. What else? Yeah, OBS. What's wrong? I'm sorry, I got out of place. my head just went outside of frame of thoughts. Okay, yeah, okay. What do we need to do? So I don't remember what we were doing. I don't remember. I just remember that I thought, is the audio okay? And I just went and checked. It wasn't okay. Fucking hell. Ah, okay. Probably time to wrap it up. Because I'm feeling like I'm not feeling engaged anymore. You know, engaged. I'm not in engaged mode. I'm like in. I'm not even in idle. I don't think I can get myself into any of these states. Idle, move, engage, attack. I think it would call it like confused. Call it confused mode. Confused. What do I do? So probably time to wrap it up and re-engage on Thursday. Like I always do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I usually come in. It's probably a good thing to just wrap it up here. I know it wasn't that long. I was probably here for less than 2 hours. But hey, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone who came here. We're gonna do the enemy system next time. Hopefully, the friendly versus the enemies. We're gonna do minions fighting each other, right? So we're gonna do like an AI system in a way, right? Good old game AI, and we're gonna do that and change the waypoints to attack an enemy. You know, so changing the who you're engaging, so that's a good thing. And that's what we're gonna do next. So I hope you can join me for that. I hope more people will join for this, and it's gonna be fun. So hey, stay tuned. Thursday more or less, you know, same 7:30 p.m. UK time. We're gonna come back here and do this thing. So hey, join me, and let's have fun. Let's do this thing. And thank you so much for being there. For everyone who joined, for everyone who for Mike rated, you know, and all that. You know, hope more people will join on Twitch next time. It's hard. Twitch is hard, man. Twitch is hard for me right now. Yes, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.